On the REEF homepage, I'll hover over the Programs tab, and then I'll click Explore Database and Create Reports. As you can see, there are many different types of reports you can create, but for this scenario, we're going to start with the diversity report. Let's say you want your students to create a biodiversity hotspot map. We'll use the Caribbean as our example, but you can also explore other regions around the world within our database. To evaluate the biodiversity, we want to know the total number of fish species documented in an area. For our database, we will be using the 4-digit zone codes, which signify a specific localized area. Let's click on the TWA region, or the Tropical Western Atlantic region. Then we're going to click Submit to generate our report. Note that this will take a few minutes to load since it's a lot of data. This report shows us the regions of the Tropical Western Atlantic. On the left side, you will see that there are 1-digit level, which is a broad region. Now click the 1-digit number again to generate a 4-digit level report. Let's click the Northwest Caribbean. You can click Download CSV in the upper right-hand corner right here to create an Excel spreadsheet. If you're downloading a lot of data, sometimes it may take a while for your report to show up, so don't worry if nothing happens for a minute. So now we can view all of our locations within a localized format. From this, we can see that Roatan has the most biodiversity in the Northwest Caribbean. You can continue to map and compare biodiversity areas in all of our 10 regions around the world. As you compare more data, be sure to account for the number of total surveys collected. And we can see this right on the third column right over here. For instance, within the Northwest Caribbean area, we can see that there's only been 7 surveys done at the Bay Islands, so therefore this data may be a bit skewed. Now let's say you want your students to evaluate population trends of Nassau grouper in the Cayman Islands, and make a note of when protections from aggregation fishing went into place. How does fishery regulations impact an endangered species? To answer this question, we're going to go back to Explore Database and Create Reports right under the Programs tab. We're going to go to Distribution Report. For region, we're going to select the Tropical Western Atlantic region, which is where the Cayman Islands is located. For species ID, go to the species list box and scroll down to Nassau grouper. You can also type in the species common name in the Filter by Species Common Name search bar, and then select that. Now we're going to type in the dates. We're going to look at January 1st, 1995 through December 31st, 1995. Now we'll click Submit. You will see all of the regions of the Tropical Western Atlantic. We're going to be looking at the Cayman Islands, Zone 5. Click on the plus icon next to the 5 button and expand the Cayman Islands. Now click the plus icon button right beside the 52 to see the additional 4 locations of the Cayman Islands. Look at the total column under sighting frequency, SF. You can see the percentage of surveyed Nassau grouper. If you look to the left of that at the top, you will see a capital letter N. This letter represents the total number of surveys performed in that area. Tell your students to take note of the number of surveys. Again, they do need to acknowledge that there were fewer surveys in the past than in the present day. Students can chart every year and make graphs. They will see that starting in 1998, there are more surveys every year.